This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Next to me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Them want poison me, throw me thing up.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, ESC Distributors Limited, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Fun Foods Wholesale, IAAF, World Relays Bahamas, John's Department Store, Jerkers Wild, KFC, the National Insurance Board, Naughty Johnny's, and Percy's Island Games.
Link up, rose gold for the Cuban link up. How much ice just a and me rings up. From what day you may find out, certain people.
Good afternoon, good day, Thursday. Sure happy it's Thursday. Talking Heads Thursday. There's Pearly in the house. How you doing? How's your day going? How's your week going? How you doing after Easter? Did you have a good Easter Monday? I had a decent Easter. I had a nice chilling Easter Monday. Really nice. Had a beautiful Easter Sunday, a beautiful dinner in the afternoon, beautiful evening, beautiful Monday morning. It was beautiful, really good. Long week, even though it's Thursday, it feels like the week just starting for me. But it's good. Weather kind of getting a little warm now. I think we moving into that little summer vibe. Get those summer bodies together, girls, guys. You know, let's be ready for summer stuff. I think I can do a lot of beach this year. Last year, I only went to the beach maybe 4 or 5 times for the summer. This year, I can do a lot of beaching this summer. So if you see me, and don't comment on my shape. Just say, hey, Pearly, and move right along. But I'm going to do some beaching this year. I can do a lot more, like that kind of stuff, you know, and enjoy what the Bahamas gives us, our sun and our sand and our sea. I'm going to enjoy that this summer. That's my pledge. So, guys, let's see what's in The Guardian this morning. Anti-gang bill tabled. Includes stiff penalties for gang involvement. I want to talk about that today a little bit. Get your views on that. MPs pay tribute to Sanders, my brother. I swam for my dad. I know he's proud of me. That's Don. Businesses owned by Minnis and father got tax breaks, house told. If the building in the over the hill community, they can get it. Come on, man. You'll be surprised how many other people got it. I ain't got no name. You better like a point. On the business section, Focus celebrating growth, purchases 2 more ships. CEO purchase demonstrate level of growth company is experiencing. Focal expects all unsubscribed shares to be taken up in rights offering. Government extends NP solar grid RFP sparking concerns. Heavily regulated water sports sector impacted by stigma lammates operator. Chamber Loud's apprenticeship bill opportunities it will create for skills training. I watched the House of Assembly yesterday, and I watched the debate on the apprentice bill, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we needed. I mean, did you realize that bill was brought in 1968? In 1968? So I'm happy they did it. And one of the things I saw Michael Pinta talking about was hopefully we can get the people who do the interior of the cruise ships. You know, when they build the cruise ships, the people who build in the cruise ships, they contract out different parts of it and the interior. So we get people trained on that. Because, you know, we have a shipyard in Grand Bahama. And I'm still trying to get to that shipyard to see one of those cruise ships out the water. I can get there one day. Somebody promised to take me next time in Grand Bahama. I can call him up on that favor. I just want to see it. I want to see what it looks like out of water. I know I wear it, but don't worry about it. Don't judge me. But yeah, I think the apprenticeship bill is a wonderful bill. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully we'll get more Bahamians trained for skilled laborers, stuff like that, you know, and other things that they can apprentice and learn. So I support it. I'm wonderful with it. And then this next bill, and About time my guest gets here today. How you doing, my brother? Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable. My special guest today is from the Bahamas Drug Council. He's no stranger to the show. He's a good guy, and we was talking, and I said, this anti-gang bill has been tabled. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about some things that happen in the country. Let's open it up. So between my guest, Mr. Mandel Miller. How you doing, brother?
It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you to the Nassau Guardian for accommodating the Bahamas National Drug Council as we celebrate our 39th anniversary, 39 years of standing in the gap for the Bahamian people.
Amen.
I think it's a great work that we do up there. Our motto, according to our director, Dr. Novia Luki Carter, is we're here to heal the Bahamian people.
Okay.
And so whether those issues are substance use related or just the violence and the crime that we see happen in our communities on a daily basis, the National Drug Council is mandated by the World Health Organization and the Pan American Health Organization to be a part of the intervention strategies as it relates to substance use and violence and crime in country.
And what is interesting about that is, the Pan American Health Organization, the World Health Organization, two key words, health and that. We're not talking about interdiction in terms of the police
No.
and investigation. We're talking about...
Which is law enforcement.
Yes. So we're talking about dealing with crime on a holistic way, dealing with it, not just the violence of it or the actual doing it, but the way getting into the mental capacity of people, understanding why they're getting into these things,
understanding what we call the sociological models.
I was trying to come up with that.
But that's exactly what we do, and I'm excited to see that our country is headed in this direction. I believe for the last 50 years or so, we've taught crime to be a national security issue per se. But as you can see around the world, the way countries deal with crime at a national level is called the public health approach.
Right.
And I believe that the Ministry of Health would have just reconvened its working body to advance the policies, legislations, and protocols as it relates to the public health approach.
Okay.
And just to give you an example of how it looks or what it looks, if an individual has a broken finger, broken leg, something of that nature, they go to a hospital.
Yes.
However, if an individual or a community has an issue with violence or crime, where do they go?
Police.
And that's the thing. The police is just there to arrest the problem. The police do not provide the necessary mediation and remediation that's needed, or the interventions that are needed to truly address the problem.
Okay.
And so that's what the Ministry of Health is responsible for from the United Nations come down.
Okay.
All throughout the world, in all leading nations, it's the public health approach that nations have used to eradicate crime. And Singapore, for example, was exactly where we are today.
Okay.
New Zealand was once exactly where we are today as small countries and island states also.
Okay.
And so we believe that model can be effective in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. However, I think we are about almost 10 to 15 years behind on implementing such a body of work in country. And so hence you see there are so many challenges at the community level, but we at the National Drug Council want people to know that there is some hope that this work is being done. Where our main focus has been in schools over the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
Understanding that if we to try and stem the transmission of violence and criminality amongst our youth population is what's been our focus. Trying to remember during COVID they talked about bending the curve.
Yes.
And so we're trying to bend the curve at the National Drug Council by being intentional about our youth population. We would have just been a part of the the training of the National Youth Guard, where we would have provided training for some almost 60 individuals, first-time training, this training for...
Now, let me ask you this. What is the Youth Guard? I know about the Cadet Corps. I know about the Rangers. What is the Youth Guard?
Based on my understanding of what the National Youth Guard is, it's an opportunity for us to engage young people in meaningful ways in terms of getting them ready to be productive citizens.
Okay.
For example, I believe individuals who are part of the National Youth Guard, I know 4 of them are now employed at the Bahamas National Drug Council, where
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
And the whole idea was about being able to take on these young people's. Imagine when school closes every year, 5,000. We talk about these 5,000 kids
to graduate.
Exactly. There's only a percentage of them that go off to school and enter tertiary institutions.
Yeah.
It's only a percentage of them that end up with jobs either at the hotel or, I've heard a lot of people say some of the food stores are just entry level and so forth.
Yeah.
And so what I think they sought to do was create an avenue where young people can become gainfully employed while also getting that on-the-job experience, and also to be an asset in the human resource aspect of our country's governance.
Okay.
For example, you would have remembered when we went through Dorian and other catastrophes that we have had, Dorian and COVID, for example, when we had all of the, remember the COVID workers that we had on the streets and stuff like that. So
COVID patrol, you got
the COVID patrol people.
Yeah.
So the National Guard now, when incidents happen, you'll be able to see these young people being deployed across the length and breadth of our country because they're now being gainfully employed and taught the various systems throughout the public service in terms of where they'll be seconded to work.
I remember getting run by the COVID police off the beach. And I was just parked there by my lonesome. Early one morning, I just, driving back, I said, let me just stop, chill for a minute. Oh, you can't park. It's okay.
All of those avenues are ways that I applaud the governments past and present in engaging people in meaningful ways. And dealing with the Drug Council being a place where we deal with substance use and abuse or misuse. For someone to have some place meaningful to go on a daily basis that's called their place of work, I would rather see them do that than lay down on the side of the road doing nothing.
I get a couple of text messages.
Go ahead.
Let me great show as usual. Having a law in place and actually carrying out the law is two different things. I personally don't think the government will carry out what the suggestion to solve the problem with gangs and gang leaders, because those people are potential voters and elections are less than 2 years away. I think what the government is doing is hoping the law would frighten the gang members out of doing crime. I wish the government give those individuals 4 lifetime sentences plus 99 for their crimes. Second text says, good show, good afternoon, Mr. Pearly. Don't read. Okay, don't read on. Yeah, I started. Are you familiar with the anti-gang bill? Have you?
To be honest with you, I haven't had an opportunity to view the bill yet. But to my surprise, this morning when I went into the gas station to pick up the dailies, and I saw the headlines here in the Nassau Guardian, I purchased the Guardian. Everybody, the anti-bill tabled. I was like, wow, this is a step in the right direction. And the reason I know that, again, from the work that I do, is, for example, in New Zealand. New Zealand implemented what they call a National Youth Crime Action Plan.
Okay.
And there has to be some legislation or something that has procedures and policies in it, with some teeth that are going to cause people's behaviors to change. For example, I see one of the punishments in this new anti-gang bill is a 25-year prison term.
And 100,000, but that's for the gang leader now.
It said for the gang, but it said also if you are caught recruiting people,
right,
also
the gang leader. It says the gang leader or member who commits one of the more than 15 activities. So they're talking about
the leader or the members will be susceptible to the same consequences.
Recruiting someone to join gang, committing an offense for the financial benefit of the gang instructing.
Now, if I could stop you right there, Mr. Thompson, the reason I say to stick a pin right there is currently we have gang legislation on the books to my
coming to you right now, caller. Don't go nowhere.
However, I've been made to understand that you see this 100,000 that's here. That's 400,000 times lower than what the current penalty is. The current penalty, if you are charged with gang violence in the Bahamas, is $500,000.
Wow.
Currently. However, I don't know what it is that it seems that prosecuting people for gang violence seem to have been ridiculously difficult in the Bahamas, because to date, only to my understanding, working along with the gang unit, only 2 persons have been prosecuted for gang violence in the Bahamas.
Would it be that maybe this bill is making it a little more specific, and lay it out so we can understand? But if you're trying to get my little brother, this little 14-year-old or this little 12-year-old in your gang, you can get 25 years.
Exactly. And I would hope that this bill gives us a little bit more flexibility to prosecute these kinds of behavior in society, versus just sitting on our books like the previous gang legislation did for us.
Okay, let's take this caller. Caller, on there. How you doing? Are you there, caller?
Hey, what's going on, Pearly?
How you doing, my brother? All is well?
Hey, yeah, that's why this administration joking, man.
Okay.
Isn't being in a gang against the law now?
That's exactly what Mr. Miller was saying. That's now that we have this on
what's the penalty for being in a gang?
Well, it was like $500,000. Now it dropped to $100,000 plus or 25 years in prison.
So again, let's look at the member of parliament. How many of them declare? Fred Mitchell, come on.
He said, "Die in your business." Why you want to know that?
Yeah, so that's why. How you expect me to obey the law when you laughing at the law?
At point when you're making a joke.
When you're making a joke of it, then you can tell the press, "Man, you're disturbing me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is serious. We have enough laws on the books right now. Look at what's the penalty for murder? Life imprisonment or death, right?
Well, the way the Privy Council came, we don't know, because you don't know.
But it stopped fellas from killing?
No, not so much, I guess.
Okay then. So what you think? This could stop fellas from killing?
Time will tell, eh?
We need to get serious with what we have. We have sufficient laws on the books to do anything we need to do in the Bahamas.
We just need to implement them.
The problem is not just need to implement them, we need to enforce them and we need to carry them out.
Okay.
That's the problem. Enforce the law and carry it out. Just stop playing, man. You can read as much books, you can read as much laws as you want.
I got you.
You're not willing to carry them out, ain't nothing gonna change.
Point. All right. I hear
so
you.
This, to me, in my view, this just an election ploy. So when you get on the election stage, we did this. We write the crime bill. We did the crime bill. Carry out what's on the books now.
Amen.
That's what I want to see. I don't see nothing new.
Amen. But I'll tell you one thing. When I saw when I heard Minister Mitchell said, I called Michael Pender and I said, "Did you declare?" He said, "Yes, I did, and all of my members of parliament declared." So that, I guess we got that one out of the way.
Yeah, so you can't expect me to obey the law. I think you got it for a puppy show.
Amen. Thank you very much.
All right.
I want to say something. I want to say something. We got another caller. Let's see what this other caller got to say. Call you on there. How you doing?
How you doing? Everything good.
What's up?
Listen, so I have 2 things.
Okay.
2 statements.
Okay.
So the first I would say is that from the time I've been hearing anyone talking about any form of legal action against crime, I have heard no one come with statistical data and cohort studies to actually demonstrate the cause and effect of gang violence, the cause and effect of gang membership, and I have heard no studies of whether or not gang violence, there's a correlation between gang violence and communities over a period of time. See that study, I have never heard any data or statistics speaking to how gangs are formed and is that a result, is there a correlation between broken families and gangs? I have never heard any type of study or research in any way or form about gang violence. So I surmise that everything what is being said is based on some opinion or whim or just like nonsense talking.
Well, Mr. Miller's from the Bahamas Drug Council. I want him to address.
Finish this one right now.
Okay, go ahead. Second. No problem.
And the second thing is I have an idea.
Okay.
And this idea is any minister of parliament not declaring, for example. I say that he is not declaring to not just one person, but 450,000 Bahamians, And so he should get 450 months for not declaring. Now, that might sound funny.
I'm not.
Let me show you why it sounds funny. Hold on just 1 second. Let me tell you why it's comical. It's comical because it would seem that if I go get arrested from stealing for one person, you would give me 5 years.
Yeah.
But if someone gets caught stealing from 450,000 people, it will only be fair if we think rationally and not being manipulated by anything else, just like talking about on the basis of natural law. If you steal from 450,000 people, why is it not rational and reasonably justifiable to give you 1 year for each person you stole from? That's my 5 cents.
All right. I can let Mr. Miller comment on yours. Let me just take this next caller first, and then because you've been waiting long, I got a bunch of callers. So Miller, that's all you can talk about the gang, the correlation between gang violence and, okay? Call you on the air. Are you there, caller? I guess this caller couldn't wait. Got to be patient with me. I get a little worried. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, Freddie. Hey, Mandel.
Hey, what's up?
We're doing good, man. Just want to comment on the previous two callers.
Okay.
They're actually onto something here. First and foremost, we have enough laws on the books. And in fact, we don't even have to strengthen any laws on the books. Why? Because the laws that have teeth already, they're not even being carried out in the manner that they actually prescribe them to.
Okay.
So what sense does it make to add laws onto laws that you don't even implement anyway in the way that they were proposed?
Okay.
My thing is, we talk about gang violence and everything. And being specific, you're talking about the gang leader. What about the students in the schools that is actually recruiting other students to the gangs? Where's the conversation with that?
No, somebody got them students in the school recruiting the students.
But then, guess what? Then it means the student that is also recruiting the other students in the school should also be facing penalties.
If we cut off the head, the snake can die. So if you get that older, that adult who trying to get them underage kids to recruit, then they ain't got nobody to push them.
But really, to a point, I could agree with you.
Okay.
But it's all to the extent of what the rest of the body of the snake has already been subjected to. You actually have younger snakes already ready to bring about new snakes because you cut off the head of the snake. That don't mean the whole snake died. All it is a new generation of new snakes.
I got you.
Okay? So we got to look at this whole thing. And as far as the chairman of the current administration, it's shameful that he would behave and act in the manner that he is as it pertains to. Firstly, I have a beef when a person in his position does not want to answer questions even from the public. That is a problem. Yeah. Then what is your purpose there? You are a servant of the people. Why are you afraid to take questions from the people? That is a problem. Anyway, thanks for taking my call. All
right, Mr. Miller, I can let you make a comment. I can read this text. We can take our first break, and when we come back, I want you to comment on the correlation of gang violence and what that caller said. Great show as usual. Probably no government is going to hang out. Also, the government is not going to hang, and also the government all do a piss poor job of maintaining buildings. So when they build a new prison, it will look like Fox Hell Prison in less than 10 years. And also, the government can't give the electric chair as a form of debt because BPL will send 15% power to the electric chair, or they will have a power outage and the engine will only half that. Oh my goodness. Great shows usually will never declare because declaring your wealth is counterproductive because you will not be able to self-enrich of themselves, so it will be ridiculous to think they will declare. Great show as usual. Detroit Pistons will win a championship game before the people in the government declare. Oh my goodness. Let's take our first break, Mr. Medusa. When we come back, tell our caller, don't go nowhere, we can talk to them. And Mr. Miller, you got to tell me this correlation stuff, okay? This is Pearly. It's Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Coming right back.
We need to talk, and it's about something pretty important, your NIB contributions. For nearly 50 years, NIB contributions from hardworking Bahamians have supported families and individuals alike. But Bahamian families have changed. Families are having fewer children. This means less workers are entering the workforce and making contributions. And with Bahamian retirees living longer, pension payments have also increased. As a result, payouts have gone up, continuously exceeding contributions coming in, resulting in a deficit. That's why, starting on July 1st, 2024, both employers and employees will have to pay a little extra to sustain this national lifeline. The July 1st rate increase is our way of ensuring that NIB benefits are available for generations to come. We all have a role to play, and it starts with investing in tomorrow today with NIB.
Enjoy the flavors of summer with a mega-sized KFC combo and get a secret code for a chance to win. KFC and Pepsi is giving away daily beach bundles of a KFC bag packed with KFC shades, a bucket of 25 KFC whole wings, and a 2-liter Pepsi, plus a weekly cash prize of $1,000. Whether it's original recipe, spicy, or barbecue, get your favorite KFC combo today and mega-size your summer fun. KFC Nassau, it's mega finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your gal. Come witness history in the making at the 2024 World Athletic Relays Chase the Sun, Paradise to Paris, happening here in Nassau, Bahamas. Hundreds of the best runners from more than 40 countries will compete for their place in the 2024 Paris Olympics, May 4th and 5th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Get your tickets early at worldrelaysbahamas24.org or at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium box office.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back. Talking Heads Thursday. This Pearly in the house. I got Mandel in the house. Mandel. Caller, don't go nowhere, caller. Coming to you right now. Don't go nowhere. Hang right there, caller. Don't go a step. The gentleman said he's seen no statistics. No correlation of crime with gang violence, with no parents in the house. A number of things he called. Has there been some studies here in the Bahamas? Or I know Singapore has some, but has the Bahamas done it?
There are, in fact, studies here. Just today, while being a part of a working session as it relates to the same public health approach to violence and crime, that was our topic of discussion today. Understanding the determinants as it relates to our youth population, our school-based population. The challenge that we have in country is that the only entity or body that's been responsible for the tabulation, the gathering of data as it relates to violence in country has been the police.
Okay.
And universally around the world, the police data is normally for their use and not for the general public. And the reason the reason for that is because the police information would not include all of the other entities that would also care for individuals in the society. For example, if an individual, if someone calls the police about gang activity per se, the police would be able to document that. Let's look at a situation from a social point of view. You have a parent who says to a social worker, I have evidence of my child being involved in a gang per se. that information is now outside of the police. And so we have to create, and this is one of the things that we're advocating now as this working team comes together, what they call an observatory, where all the statistical data as it relates to violence and crime in country can be funneled into, and thereby the necessary reports be produced. However, if you go to the police, they will tell you this information is for their purpose, meaning this is the data that comes through their organization, their agency. That does not include individuals who present themselves to...
Okay. So that's just basically who they've been encountered, who they're arrested.
Exactly. That doesn't include individuals who would have presented themselves to the hospital, the crisis center, or any other entity.
In a nutshell, we can take this call in a nutshell, we need to get that kind of stuff done.
And it's the work on that kind of stuff is happening slowly but surely.
I got you. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Oh, Pastor, good evening. Boy, I've been listening, and I hear nobody going on this point. Okay, what is the largest gang in New Providence?
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the possessions of these gangs. Okay.
Is this and let me ask you a question. Where are you getting this information from?
Common sense. Okay, listen here. You got politicians, police, lawyers, businessmen, entrepreneurs. This gang is all over the world. It's called the Freemason. Listen to me. Please listen to me. Because everything to me, what y'all talking, is like, man. Right? That's how this world runs. And that's how this town runs. The Masons run this, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me what I'm saying.
I listening.
Because when I come to realization of this, everything is like crap to me. Because you say you get in trouble or your child get in trouble. You go and flash a sign in the court, the judge see it, boom, you gone. That's finished. You understand? That's the biggest gang in this world. All right? The Mason and the Illuminati is the biggest gang in the world. All right? I don't care what nobody tell me. The other rest of the things y'all talking to me is a bunch of crap. I'll sign off on that.
Okay. I give everybody there an opportunity to have their views and comment. While I may not agree with you, others may not agree with you, that's fine. That's fine with me. Let's take this next caller first. Call you on the air.
Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm good, Pearlie. How are you?
Thank God for life.
Wonderful, and greetings to Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Good conversation today.
Good afternoon.
The caller just now, he was very interesting. But a lot of times, when it comes to us speaking on crime, we like to come from an emotional place. And the reason why is because, everybody has someone in their family or they've experienced some way personally where they've been affected by crime. So whenever we talk about how we should resolve the issues of crime, we like to come from an emotional place. But here's the thing. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Sure, I agree.
Very much aware of studies being done in the Bahamas with regards to crime. I believe Guardian Radio sometime I think it was in January, they had a former gang member that was on, I can't remember whose show he was on.
Okay.
But he was giving a lot of good information, and he was saying there are no big gangs in the Bahamas anymore. He said what they have is a lot of small pocket groups, because if you say gang, you then label yourself, and the police will hammer down on you. Now, we're a small nation, yes. And our police force, do we need more funding? Yes. Do we need more police officers? Yes. Do we need more programs in youth development? Yes. But my thing where I believe that we have a large situation with crime coming from working in a legal background as well as I worked for the court before. I believe the system, the police do the job. Let's be real. somebody stabs somebody up, somebody shoots somebody up, 90% of the time the police is find these people and put them before the court.
Okay.
The problem is we have a system that needs to be corrected. We need to amend the Bail Act, like really amend it, not just talking about amending it.
Okay.
We need to actually, didn't they pass a Swift Justice Bill about 10 years ago?
I think that was under AG Maynard.
Correct. We actually have to implement Swift Justice, bring back the gun court. There was a gun court.
The gun magistrate is now a Supreme Court justice.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if we do that, if we had a gun court, you know how much we just bring down the court system. And the main problem why crime is the issue in gangs or these little parking gangs that they have issues is because there are no harsh penalties for these people when they commit crime. How is it that you could be on bail 3 times in 1 year? You break in, you get bail. You get locked up for attempted murder, you get bail. Then you really murder somebody and you on bail. The last time I checked, one of the conditions of bail was for you to not get in trouble, correct, Mendel and Earl?
That's the way I see it, Pearlie. That's the way I see it.
If you breach the terms of bail, you should sit in prison until whenever both of your trials are concluded. But here it is. The lawyers found some sort of loophole in the law whereas these persons can have consecutive bails running. And I think that is the main issue. So right now we have a lot of people on the street. They say, man, just run this quick mission. Don't worry, you get locked up. I got the bail money already.
Wow.
Just call me and you won't even get to see Foxhill because once they lock you up, you could come from the magistrate court and walk straight over to the Supreme Court for bail hearing. The system is the problem and we need to get to the judiciary level. And I know everybody's scared to talk about the judiciary bad.
Yep.
But the problem is we have archaic laws. We have laws that need to be amended, that needs to be a little bit more modernized. Nobody should be going to jail for smoking weed. I never see nobody die from smoking weed.
They may get hungry or they may get sleepy, huh?
Listen, I've been to plenty of people's funerals who die from drunk driving. I've been to plenty of people's funerals who die from liver poisoning. I've been to plenty of people's funerals who die from cancer from smoking cigarette and cigar. But ain't nobody never come and say, this person was in a horrible accident because he was smoking weed.
Point.
You understand?
I got you.
Marijuana, the only thing marijuana does is like slow down. Is there addiction a component to it? Yes. But it slows
I think
down.
that's the nicotine. Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But ain't nobody out here killing nobody over no weed.
Moving too slow?
These people, if you ask me, they need to smoke some weed.
Caller, I can let you go on that one. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Let's take this next caller because they've been waiting long, and then we can let you talk, man. That caller trying to get us in trouble. Call you on there. How you doing?
Yeah, what's poppin', Pearlie?
Right there, my brother.
Guest.
Right there.
Yeah, your guest is doing a great job. You know, we look at drugs and its abuse, and, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, going out of their minds. You know, I don't think it's maybe weed, but you got to realize there's a compounding factor. People are smoking weed, they're drinking rum, they're doing syrup, they're doing pills, all of these different things. So everything has a different effect on people. As the lady we spoke with smoking weed, smoking weed, if it makes you hungry, that means you're a rookie. You just started smoking. Because
I only hear Cat Williams say that. I only hear Cat Williams say that. I think I was just repeating what the comedian said.
I'm just telling them, not me. I mean, I used to smoke weed. I mean,
I got you.
Yes, man.
Okay.
I prefer to call it cannabis.
Yes.
I heard your boy call it dope the other day. God don't go dope, man.
I agree with you.
I want to just let us stop being naive. The call who called and talked about the lodge and how the world is set up and the criminal justice system. You know, we can't be naive, really. Not if you have a brains between your ears.
Okay.
Here's what I'm saying.
A working brain.
We would be... Hello?
Go ahead, I'm here.
Yeah, we would be naive to conceive or believe or be deceived that there's no gang members on the police force. They went to school together with people. You'd be naive to say there's no affiliation.
Okay.
So we can see these laws trying to be implemented, but they are quite ridiculous in the fact that in order to implement, like I heard Cassius Storb was on the radio the other day, he was talking about stringent punishment, et cetera, et cetera.
Uh-huh.
But what you then have to do is, when you want to do these things, you have to revamp the justice system and clean up the injustices that is going on. I don't need to be a chief justice to say what is aphoristic. I don't need to be that. I could go by what I have observed with my personal experience and other people experiences. There are a lot of injustices going on in the justice system. And then we would be naive to conceive that people do not become familiar with one another, lawyers, judges, policemen, everybody working in the same court every day. We all have family members. We have seen cases being nullied. We have seen all of these things. But yet still, we still play naive as to the statement what the gentleman make about the laws. Come on, man, Pearly, man.
I got you, my brother.
The newspaper, the news has to be as a responsibility to speak the truth to people. But people really don't need to hear it,
Or don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling. We got one more caller, then Mandela. I want you to make a comment. Call you on the air.
Yes, how you doing?
Don't listen to your radio. Listen to your phone.
Yeah, sorry. So I am the caller that made the call earlier asking about the statistics, and I just want to just say this real clear.
Okay.
And so I could clarify myself, and I'm not speaking with ill repute to Mr. Miller.
Understood.
No, it's not taken in that
So,
way either, caller.
for example, when I ask, like, for example, being a graduate of the University of Bahamas, right, doing studies in criminology, right, there has been statistical data that speaks to the fact that increasing the cruelty of punishment does not curtail or stop crime. Now, I could give that statistical data because that is a part of any criminological student who has went to the university. If you have done the course in criminology with Ms. Simonet, you would know that there is no correlation. So just hear what I'm saying. Now, he can't, or no, most of your guests who can't come there, who come up to there, they can't give you those statistical data because there's none being done truly in the Bahamas with observing, doing psychological, doing sociological research into the cause and effect of these things happening. Because from that vantage point, if you collect a group of 10 guys and you find that 5 of them are fellas that came from a single parent home, for example, then you can go on and say, you know what, I could make policies and come up with programs to speak to that single mother parent, and that's just for example. But what is happening, just like what has happened on this show, most of the people who call in, and perhaps even your guests, only speak on what they hear, how they feel, what couple of people say, what they heard a cousin, auntie, uncle say, or what they heard some, like a politician or the pastor say. But the truth is, no one could speak to the facts because there is no research in that regard. And anyone who come up here from this point on, if they come up here with that embarrassing position of not having the facts, with backed by data, I demand that they no longer speak on Bahamian Radio, and I go on.
I would have that caller to know, right? He can. Well, it appears as if he's continuing to say that none of this kind of work, the sociological work, is being done in country.
So he says there's none available. There's none there. Now that is being done. If it's now they're being done, okay. But he's saying that he can't right now pick up a piece of paper and tell us the statistics.
In 2013, I'll use just one study for you that was conducted in country. In 2013, the Global School Health Survey could tell us exactly how many kids are using alcohol, tobacco, where they encounter these substances.
Why the public ain't seeing this?
Let's read Bahamas, Mr. Thompson. We know we have a problem with literacy.
Yeah, so why we can hide it in the book?
Hold on, Mr. Thompson. So you just said, why are we going to hide it in the book? The reality of it is...
I'm being facetious.
I know. How many people picked up the paper and just glanced at the anti-gang bill? That's the headline today. But then somebody will say tomorrow, oh, we ain't doing nothing towards the gang violence in our country. The reality of it is that we as a people need to start to take a greater sense of responsibility. And then we can start to if we pull ourselves together, me and you Pearly say, well, look, we want to tackle crime. Once you and I come together on that premise, we now have to go and look and see what work has been done as it relates to tackling crime. We then have the responsibility of steering the rest of this work to some point as to where it starts to materialize in the society for the average person to understand. For example, one of the things that I've said, I don't like the terminology fighting crime. I don't. Crime is a spirit, in my opinion. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. So every time I hear somebody say fight crime, I feel like we have more crime.
So what you say?
I'm in the business from the public health standpoint of healing the effects of crime. I'm in the business of providing preventative measures to steer us away from crime.
Okay, caller.
As to fighting crime,
I got you.
teachers on.
All right, caller, you on there. Are you there, caller?
Good evening.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good afternoon, Mr. D. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right. Good afternoon, dear guest as well. Mr. Miller, all is well?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, he can hear you.
So I'm calling just to chime in on the topic. I heard your last caller, he was speaking in reference to data and statistics, and, you know, that's something I pride myself on, particularly understanding and knowing it don't happen a lot in this country. So I agree with him on that point in regards to, you know, we need to do a better job at data collection statistics to have more factual-driven conversations versus emotional conversations.
Okay.
But I would challenge him on in terms of the facts of the matter, in terms of collection, in terms of crime. It's just something that we have to know where to go and how to get it. The Royal Bahamas Police Force, you know, the numbers may potentially be skewed, some would say, but they produce their crime statistics every year. And it's just where you go to obtain it. They have it online. They give you little press releases, all sorts of stuff on it. And then I heard Mr. Miller also mention when you look at WHO and PAHO, which is basically the World Health Organization in terms of abuses, in terms of affecting teens in the country, that data is readily available. The latest one was done in about 2017.
Okay.
Now you talk about alcohol abuse, tobacco use, drugs, physical abuse, these sorts of things that affect teens and put them on a path of crime. And so I disagree to the point where he's saying these things isn't happening now, probably because he can't find it.
Probably not easily available then.
Yeah, right. It isn't, but it is readily available. You just got to know.
All right.
You just have to know where it is you want to get the information from. Because if it's a focus of yours, I sure if you speak to people if one person comes on a show to speak to a specific something, I would more than likely gather that it would be in a field that they are comfortable in, or it's a background that they are good at.
Okay.
And so in a case where because I study teens, mental health, crime, and that sort of stuff, I know where to readily find the data. And so it's like, what you really into? You will find that information if you really applying yourself to be that proponent of whatever that specific discussion is.
I got you.
And so we need to do a better job at data collection. But in this particular case, when you talk about crime and the information that talks about crime, that is out there. And before we go, I just want to say that crime is, you know, everybody's business. And he said that the statistics from the criminology department, across the world would be no abuse or no form of extended intervention or fear of crime adds to how the crime would build up, which, and I disagree, because like he said, it doesn't exist here. And if you do your research and statistics, that from what I've proven, 3 out of every 5 fellas on the block right now in this country would tell you they have no fear of retribution. They have no fear of recourse because they know they can make bail and they can be able to do it again.
Wow.
And so these are facts. This isn't a guessing thing.
Okay.
So any block you go on and you talk amongst these fellas, that's data collection right there. You could compile it for yourself. And so you wouldn't be speaking on a position of this, how I personally feel. This is what the fellas them involved with these things who on the blocks telling you. And so something has to be done when they can tell you, man, I ain't got no fear because I didn't know how to beat the system. We figured it out, so we know what we got to do.
Thanks for calling.
Mr.
Hold on, that's all. Let's take this last call because we're running out of time here. I'm going to take this last call and then I'm going to let you close out for me, okay? Call you on the air. Are you there? Okay, that's the last caller. No more callers, but let me just read these texts, then Mr. Malay can let you close the show out. Pearlie, what's going on with the Port ABS government? Please, Pearlie, please, we need the traffic light to be fixed. University Drive, please. What in the world happened to the Minister of Works, man? Do your job. They need to collect the garbage, too. Pearlie, why are you laughing? Isn't the PM somewhere high up in the lodge? I don't know what rank he is. Full disclosure, I am a Mason. The lawyer who knows all the loopholes in the system is now the gatekeeper. He is just weakening the laws and making it easier for criminals. And the caller who's talking about the Freemasons, I'm a Mason, took his guard. Now, see? I stop right there. Pearlie, please note that crime is not our problem and never was. What do you mean that ain't our problem? It's a $1 million problem. Miller, we're out of time, but I give you the last say, and you heard a lot of things said. So let me know. Talk to me.
Again, Earl, I must say, one of the things I said to you off air is, do you see how informed of a public that we're now having, where people are asking for the information?
Yeah.
And this is what the work that I do as an outreach officer, this is what we want people to do, to develop a hunger for the right information so that they can make informed decisions.
Yeah.
And so here you have, I believe she's responsible for what we call health information in the Ministry of Health. Would have just sent me some information, statistical data that goes back to 2013. I don't believe that the new study that we would have just completed again is available as yet. But it says a total of 30.9 of students were physically attacked one or more times. 12.6% of students had someone threaten or injure them with a weapon more than one time in the past 30 days. 11.1% of the students belonged to a violent gang. This isn't nobody's opinion guessing. This is us sitting down with these children and conducting these studies with them. We would have just finished the Global School Health survey for this year. It's done every 10 years. And so we travel the length and breadth of this country speaking with students about these very same challenges. So again, the work is being done. However, we have a problem in country in terms of holding hands because the police won't say they responsible for crime. This one won't say they responsible for violence. That one won't say they responsible for the homes. That one won't say they responsible for parenting. No, the public health approach is about us coming together and holding hands collectively and addressing these problems in a holistic way. And that is happening in country today, slowly but surely.
We can get there. We ran out of time. You got to come back. Definitely got to come back because, and particularly, I say the anti-gang bill has been tabled. When they start the debate and start talking about it, I want you to come back and hopefully they do that real soon.
I want to encourage people to pick up this anti-gang bill.
Take a read.
If I need to go and find it tonight, I want to compare it with what we have existing already.
But help me out when you get it. Send me the link.
Yeah, man, definitely. But people just let's get together and instead of saying this isn't happening, that isn't happening, let's work with what is available to make the change we need to see in our country.
Thank you so much, my brother. It's been Talking Heads Thursday. We had a great 1 hour. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to take a break. We get the news coming up. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. When we come back, we're going to be talking some sports. My Dodgers win last night. This is Pearly. I'll see you after the news break.
Are you ready for the best of the best? Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group up for sound promotion, and Guardian Radio presents the best of the best Rake and Script Explosion Concert. Mark your calendars for May 11th as Super Club Breezes grounds ignite with Bahamian talent featuring KB, Gino D, Funky D, Veronica Bishop, The Brylanders, Avi, Elon Moxie, and Shine 242.
Right now, I feel like whining.
Join the Falcons, Iron Storm, Sylvie Pierre, Johnny Cake, Mama D, Nishi LS, Pat Ramis, Stevie S, and Shad Colley and the VIPs for an electrifying night of music and culture. Tickets are flying, so grab yours now. Available online at BahamaZTickets.com or swing by the Beauty Shack on Soldier Road and Carmichael Road. This is the event of the year. The best of the best Rake and Scrape Explosion at Breezes Resorts. Gates open at 6 p.m. Don't miss out on the Bahamian magic.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Made exactly the way they should be. by someone with chicken in their name. The new Kentucky Chicken Sandwiches feature a quarter pound of all-white meat, triple breaded, spicy chicken breast filet on a freshly toasted buttery brioche bun. With your choice of lettuce, tomato, bacon, thick-cut pickles, and the perfect amount of Colonel's real mayo or spicy sauce. Every chicken sandwich is freshly prepared and piping hot. Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwiches, the only chicken sandwiches that are finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, ESC Distributors Limited, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Fun Foods Wholesale, IAAF World Relays Bahamas, John's Department Store, Jerkers Wild, KFC, the National Insurance Board, Naughty Johnny's, and Percy's Island Games.
Mr. Producer, I know I dance like white people don't know. Producer had me dancing this now. Guardian Radio, 96.9 Talking Heads Thursdays. Time to talk sports. How you doing, everybody? I just want to thank Ms. Nan and her team from the health information. I thank y'all for listening to begin with, but thanks for the information you sent me. We're going to talk about this again. But I just wanted to thank you, Ms. Nan, and your team for sending me this information. And we're going to talk about this again because I'm now finding out some things. So you've opened my eyes up to some things. Good work. Keep up the good work. Don't stop what you're doing. Now, back to sports. What's good, everybody? Oh, man. Baseball is at full effect. NFL starting to talk, the draft and everything. Basketball down to the last 4, 5, 6 games that heating up. And hockey also heating up. Final Four, the NCAA women and men's, my girl in there, but that's all right. The men's basketball championship this weekend. This is a great time of the year for sports. You can't beat this with a stick. So I'm excited about it. Let's get right into it. Let's get into today in sports history. No, better not going. Let's get into today in sports history. That we always do, and I scare Ralph for not doing it. Today is Thursday, April 4th, 2024. Today in sports history, in 1921, the Ottawa Senators beat the Vancouver Millionaires in the 1921 Stanley Cup Finals. The Senators became the first NHL team to win back-to-back Stanley Cup titles. In 1971, Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania was dedicated. In 1974, Hank Aaron tied Babe Ruth's Major League Baseball home run record with 714, then come back and hit number 15 off of Al Downing and the Dodgers. In 1986, Wayne Gretzky set an NHL record with his 213th point of the season. In 1987, Dennis Potvin, New York Islanders, became the first defensive man in NHL history to score 1,000 career points. His career total was 1,052. In 1994, Carl Tuffy Rhodes of the Chicago Cubs became the first player in the National League to hit 3 home runs on opening day. In 1996, the Boston Celtics beat the Orlando Magic 100-98. The loss was the Magic's first loss to an Eastern Conference team at home since April of 1994. The streak was 51 games long. That's amazing. In 1996, Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls, became the 4th player in NBA history to reach 2,000 career steals. In 1998, Mark McGwire of the St. Louis Cardinals became the 2nd National League player to hit a home run in the first 4 games of a season. Willie Mays of the San Francisco Giants had hit home runs in the first 4 games in the 1971 season. And finally, in 1999, the Colorado Rockies and the San Diego Padres played the first Major League season opener to be held in Mexico. The Rockies beat the Padres 8-2. Game was also the first season opener to be held in a country other than the United States or Canada. Sports quote of the day: He could have hit 300 with a fountain pen. Joe Gaglioli, sportscaster on Stan Musial. That fella could have bat. We had a couple of texts coming I didn't read. I just want to quickly get to them. Where that is. Okay. Sorry, I bet a Mason took his gal. Maybe, Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Bahamas is focusing in the wrong direction to solve our crime. Pearly, please read my last text on crime. Be deep in looking in the wrong direction. I read that. This crime is an easy fix. There was too many wrong persons are in the right places. You're correct. I believe that to some degree. Carly on there, how you doing?
Yes, good day, Curly.
Hey, what's up?
I want you to know, first of all, I enjoy your show.
Thank you very much.
I don't want you to take this wrong.
Okay.
But some days when you have hot shows like what you just had, you need to let them ride on Foco Sports because we're trying to get to the nuts and bolts of this thing.
Understood.
It was so interesting, man. I loved the conversation. I wanted to say something I couldn't get through.
Okay.
But sometimes, man, sports, everybody likes sports.
Okay, I tell you what. I'll let you have, we can take 2 minutes out of sports and I can let you say what you have to say because I appreciate the call.
I don't want to interfere with sports enthusiasts.
Okay.
I have my time, but
okay.
Just think about it.
All right.
Sports on Tuesday and Thursday.
All right, I appreciate that. I'll think about that seriously. Next time, if something as hard as this, I'll just go sports as long as I don't have a guest.
You know people who's trying to call in?
I know. I got a couple people text me saying, I can't get through, and I appreciate it. I so appreciate it.
Your show was hard.
Thank you very much. God bless. Boy, let's see what's happening on this Guardian Sports page. Saunders, Team Bahamas compete in open water. Bertaldo wins her division. Carifta Aquatic wraps up. Field events saved the day for the Bahamas. And Williams passes on funeral set for April 30th. That's the great Sam Williams. Boy, I got to talk. I don't know how many of you saw the Facebook video where Don Sanders came as the second Bahamian to finish the open water race. And they asked him, and it don't take much to make me cry anyway, but he talked about how he swam for his dad and all that stuff. And I tell you, I sent a copy to my family. Every member of my family teared up. I teared up. People I spoke to teared up. It was, boy, I commend Don for what he done. I commend him that he was able to put it together and do that. I know Don was looking over. I know Don was beating that drum up there, just beating that for him to move. Great job, young man. I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of the Bahamas swim team, aquatics team. I had some of them, the Fountain family, the Higgs and Murray family. I had some of them here to talk last week, and I wish them all the luck. I am so happy. I'm so happy that you as a team rallied around Don and rallied for him and was there for him as friends, as team members. And that's what it's about. When we in tragedy and when we in pain like that, sometimes it's some good friends that are there for you. People who care about you, who love you. And so congratulations to the Bahamas swim team for showing greatness, not just in the pool, but around everybody else. And you did a great job. Congratulations. Congratulations to the track and field team that came second. Very proud of you. Particularly proud of the field events. And I want to say particularly a special from Pearly to y'all, to the Sockers, who participated in Carifta. Congratulations to all those who won medals. And congratulations to those who participate. And congratulations to the whole team. Great job. Carly on there. Thanks for being patient with me. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson. I was just there in studio with you, but I couldn't help but call back to pay tribute to the young Don Sanders. We started talking about the effects of crime and the healing that we do at the Bahamas National Drug Council. But last night when I sat down in the front of my TV and watched the news and I saw that young man swimming on the heels of having just lost his father less than a week ago probably.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but cry just to try and fathom what the mind of that young man was when he was out there swimming in preparation to go out into a race like this and all that has happened.
Yeah. That's tremendous.
I believe that every Bahamian owes that man some depth of gratitude and appreciation for a stellar performance in the midst of tragedy. And it shows what our young people can do when we rally around them and support them. in the midst of tragedy. And so I want Bahamians to use this as an opportunity to see that if we rally around our young people and build a necessary wraparound and infrastructural system around their hearts, minds, and souls, trust me, we could reach these young people. And so I just want to say to young Don Sanders and his mother and family out there, condolences in the passing of Don Sr., who's a very good friend of mine. But I'm elated to see the strength and the vigor, the tenacity of young Don Jr. to still be able to compete at such a world-class level when losing his father. The night of that incident, I said to him, boy, whenever God removes the physical father, the heavenly father is even more present. And I think he demonstrated that well yesterday in competition, sir.
Congratulations. Yes, he did. Thanks for calling. Appreciate that. Yeah, another caller on the line. Caller, you on the air? How you doing, caller?
Very good. Pretty early top of this.
I'm right there, my brother. What's up?
Yeah, man. Happy to call on this small spot. I want to chime in on the echoes. I with you, and I saw that video of Dawn yesterday, man. You couldn't help but cry, man.
Yeah.
You ever see Big Man Slaughter face there?
I did.
that was really powerful, and it's an inspiration to me as a young man, too, to actually see in the midst of it all, and despite of he is able to overcome and push through, and just to see the overflowing and pouring of love.
Yeah, that was really touching about it, to see that how people rallied around him and showed him.
People rally, and I saw the cameras moving and people just hugging and shouting him out. And I mean, from I saw the first video of them actually carrying the flag when at the opening, I was like, man, this is going to be something powerful, and that was such a closing phenom to see.
Yeah,
you know, and I joined the choruses of sending heartfelt condolences to his family during this time, and their continuous strength and Godspeed as they go through this process, you know.
Thanks for calling.
But I just want to add on top of sports, how you feel about, if I may ask you about them Texans now?
Boy,
football.
You know something?
I see Diggs going with Mixon and Stroud, the rookie.
So you're a Texan fan?
I'm no Texan fan.
Okay.
I like what they do. So
I'll tell you what Stephen A. Smith. Dallas even in the best team in Texas no more.
All right, might as well tell you, but they look good. That offense could be a high-power offense in the AFC.
That can be special. That can be special.
But we recovered as Eagle, you know. We got a collapse at the end of last season.
Yeah.
You know, and...
But I think the notion that Naughty says no NFC even back-to-back, so since Dallas win it, I think Philadelphia poised to win it back this year.
We can win it back this year. We can do it this year. I think if the Texans do something. And don't forget, I thought I hear you back with your Dodgers, but Judge first home run last night. They go Yankees.
Hey, I pulled for the Yankees last night because they was playing the Diamondbacks. I pulled for them.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for calling me, brother. Appreciate that. And in the same note, Ohtani hit his first home run last night as well. So the Dodgers by the 5-4 victory, sweeping them dead San Francisco Giants. Let's get that out there right now. Jeffrey, are you hearing me? I was excited. I started up and watched the game last night. I thought I was excited when Ohtani hit his home run. And then we brought in another kid to close the door last night. It was a really good weekend, a good couple of days against the Giants. Boy, I thought it was great. Who's in and who's out? There's some talks. There's some big talks here, but who's in and who's out? And Julius Randle from the New York Knicks is out for the season. There was hopes that he would make it back to help the Knicks. So the Knicks in major problems. They in major problems. One and done. Take my word for that one. One and done. Braxton is going to do his best. The team is going to fight their best, but without Randle, they're not a challenge for the Eastern Conference title, let alone the NBA title. So Randle is out for the season. Knicks fans, I'm so sorry to hear that. Caller mentions Diggs from the Buffalo Bills traded to the Houston Texans. Boy, I love the trade for two reasons. It's good. The Texans going to be a pretty good team. But the Bills weaker. The Bills are weaker in my division, my Miami Dolphin division. So I'm excited about that. I don't know, watch the games last night. My Lakers got a big win last night. I excited about it. But this caller, I wonder what this caller want. Tell me, caller, you are on the air. Are you there, caller? How you doing? How you doing, caller?
Pearl.
Hey, Muff, I know you was going to call. I know you couldn't beat.
Yeah, well, I see a girl to the Pelicans game last night, man, looking fine as usual.
She is. Is she gorgeous?
All sparkling up.
Yes, the Barbie, the Bayou Barbie. Yes, she's declared.
Congratulations to the Bahamas swimming team.
Yes.
And the whole Garifta team and all the categories and everything. Congratulations to them and everything for the who win and who ain't win and who get gold, silver, whatever. We appreciate. We proud of you.
Okay.
And everything.
Wonderful. Thank you, Muff. So, what's happening? But who your boys got tonight?
Now, you talking about the Knicks, I can tell you now. When we beat the Sixers tonight, although they and beat it back, but when we beat them, we can leapfrog them in the 5th seed. They didn't lose 3 in a row. Don't let they lose one more. We could leapfrog them and get into the 5th.
But Muff, this what I'm about to say against you, right? But I really need the Knicks to win tonight. And and let me tell you why. The Kings, we tied with the Kings in the win column. The Kings got 2 more. We got 2 more losses than the Kings. I need them to get beat tonight. I need them to get beat tonight.
If they win tonight, right? If we still beat the Sixers, we still will be ahead of them. They're 8. They'll still be. But then when we beat Indiana, now Indiana will confirm that 6th seed. When we beat them Sunday night,
okay,
we'll confirm the 6th seed. Or if the next them lose, then we could leapfrog them in 5th seed.
Okay.
But the Lakers, what? 8 of the last 9 games?
Yeah, 8 of the last 9 games. Yeah.
LeBron and 80. They can't. Now, Archibald them, I think, and Reeves them, they can't on by Angelo now.
D'Lo. Reeves been having a rough time with the 3-point shot the last couple of games. It looked like it's coming back. But Hachimura has been a beast. D'Lo has been himself.
And
LeBron has played well when he's there, but AD has been the catalyst of the team, has been the heart and soul and the strength of the team.
Yeah, but
he's literally put the team on his back and said, hey, let's go. I see Gabe Vincent was back last night. He had a few minutes last night.
I see back. It's about time.
Yeah.
We have Love back too.
Okay.
And everything too, so that should be a good game tonight. But Embiid looked good. He looked good with 24 points.
He just got tired.
Yeah, well, that's expected, man, from January. He ain't playing from January.
But so when we look at your stats, y'all got to win more than one because the Knicks are 44-31 and y'all 42-33. So y'all like two games behind the Knicks. So y'all need to get a couple more minutes to catch the Knicks.
That's why I say tonight and Indiana on Sunday. And if they lose, if they continue their losing streak with the young, they didn't lose 3 in a row.
But Indiana ain't doing too good right now.
Yeah. The Pelicans, you see the Pelicans get beat last night.
Yeah.
Because
I think Indiana gone 6-4. They lost 1. Y'all been 3 in a row. The Knicks then lose 3 in a row. The Orlando Magic win 3 in a row.
But Orlando ain't losing none, boy. That's okay. Orlando can't no bad, boy.
Yeah, they gone 7.
They holding that 4th position.
Yeah, they gone 7-3 in the last 10 games. Been the last 3 games.
Yeah, but they looking good, boy.
Yeah.
But this a rematch. 2000, Burley. This us and y'all in the finals, man. The Miami, the Lakers.
I like that prediction, I see why I like that prediction.
Yeah, man. That's how we get from the bottom. We coming from the bottom and going straight to the top. All right, then, boss.
Take care, my brother. Okay.
I link up.
All right, take care. Texter says, Mr. Purley, congratulations to Bahamas Carifta team, but great job to young Don. We as Bahamian owe him a great deal of gratitude. A strong young man and young citizen. Congratulations, young Don. You're getting your accolades, but you did a really good job. I'm really proud of you. So, playoffs looking pretty cool. Let me just run it down quickly. The Celtics have clinched a playoff berth. All right, they've clinched the conference. And that means that they probably will have home court advantage all the way through. Because they 13 games up top of the Bucks. The Bucks, and so they have the home court. So the Celtics won. The Bucks, everybody beating up on the Bucks. I mean, fellas, just marching the Bucks right up area. They 5-5 in the last game. Lost the last 2. Lost to the Grizzlies, the Memphis Grizzlies. And you get the Cavaliers in 3, the Magic in 4, the Knicks in 5. The Heat is number 6 at the time. The Pacers 7, the Sixers 8, the Bulls are number 9, and the Hawks are number 10. That 10 are your playoff people. Nobody, because everybody, the Nets, the Raptors, all of them been eliminated from playoffs. So it's just a matter of where they can finish in this race, okay? So the Heat, the Eastern Conference playoff picture the playoff teams have been determined based on the record. So you got the Celtics, the Bucks, the Cavaliers, the Magic, the Knicks, and the Heat already in the playoffs. Then you got the Pacers and the Sixers, the Bulls, and the Hawks are in the play-in game. So the Pacers are 7, the Sixers are 8. Whoever wins that game automatically will be the 7th team. And then the Bulls and the Hawks, or the 9th and 10th team winner, will play the loser of the 7 and 8, and that team will become number 8 who wins that game. So in essence, 8, 9, and 10, the loser 7, 8, and then 9 and 10 all got to play 2 games. At least, except the one who loses the 9 and 10. The one who loses 9 and 10, they finish. So the winner of 9 and 10 will play the loser of 7 and 8, and then that winner would be the 8th place team, and they will play the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, they'll play the Boston Celtics. Do you want to do that? All right, so now when we look at the Western Conference, all right, when we look at the Western Conference, nobody's clinched the conference, but these teams, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and the Thunder have all clinched playoff spots. Right now, as of right now, based on the tiebreaker, the Timberwolves are the number 1 team. The Nuggets are number 2. OKC is number 3. The Clippers are number 4. The Mavericks are 5th, and the Pelicans are 6th. Sacramento Kings are 7th. The Phoenix Suns are 8th. All right, the Kings are 44 and 31. The Suns are 45 and 31. The Lakers are 44 and 33. They're number 9. And the Warriors are 41 and 34. The only other team that has a chance to make it is the Rockets. Even though they are 3 games behind the Warriors, they're still in the money. Everybody else eliminated. So I think what's happening is the Lakers have an opportunity to move into the 8th spot. The Warriors can pretty much stay in the 10th spot unless they lose it to the Rockets. And they just got to win another 2 games, and I think they'll be fine. So let's take our first break. Are you there? Do we want to take a break right now? Or did I think I did everything I needed to do here. We'll take our first break. Mr. Producer, let's take our first break right now. When we come back, we can talk some more sports. We can get into the picks, and then I can tell you who the final 10 is. This is Pearly, Talking Heads Thursday, 96.9 FM, Guardian Radio.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
All those loans I had were so overwhelming. Fidelity's debt consolidation loan combined all my loan payments into one easy payment with a built-in savings plan that pays me unbeatable interest. It's time to make that move to Fidelity. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Whether you like it hot or you enjoy being original, KFC has the only chicken sandwiches with attitude, featuring 100% extra large white meat chicken fillets for 100% flavor. Enjoy the famous flavor of KFC 11 herbs and spices in the KFC Original Recipe Burger, or take the heat up a notch with a spicy filet with our KFC Kentucky Deluxe Sandwich. And for a limited time, enjoy your favorite sandwich with fries for only $7. That's how it's done. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama Market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News sales representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Attention ice cream lovers! Are you ready to elevate your springtime indulgence and taste of luxury with Haagen-Dazs? For a limited time only, treat yourself to the quality of Haagen-Dazs ice cream for just $8.99 per pint. Yes, you heard that right. Indulge in the finest flavors without breaking the bank. This exclusive offer is available at all Lickety Split and Super Value locations. Experience the premium quality of Haagen-Dazs at an unbeatable price. Spring has never tasted this good.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
No, we're back. We're back. Talking Heads Thursday. This is Pearly in the House, 96.9 FM, Guardian Radio. Boy, NFL heating up. Colin Conway is going to talk a little bit about the Stephon Diggs trade to Houston. He's going to talk about May, the quarterback who's climbing up the ranks, and he's talking about some other things today in reference to NFL, the draft. Is Marvin Harrison? Should Marvin Harrison be the first wide receiver, or Nabs, this other kid who's been climbing the steps? And so we can see what's going on. It's gonna be interesting. So listen to Colin, see what Colin has to say about the upcoming draft. I say this all the time: the NFL are the greatest marketers ever. They find a way to keep football relevant 12 months out of the year, almost on a daily basis. You can't beat this with a stick. Whoever make up their schedule, their yearly calendar, brilliant. You get playoffs in January. You get the Super Bowl in February. You got free agency starts in March. You got the draft in April. You got another set of free agency in June. You got all kind of trades going on. Then you got the opening of camps in July. And then you got spring preseason games in August. And in September, October, November, right back into football. It is amazing what they do. It is amazing, you know. So I guess he got a $3.5 million raise with the Texans, so they're making sure he stays there. I see the Eagles have signed Jordan Mailata, a 3-year deal, including $48 million guaranteed, $66 million extension. 48 of that he can have, because you know they can cut you and you don't get the rest of your contract. But a lot of things with NFL contracts now is guaranteed money. 48 million, boy, his family straight. So people want to know why Diggs was traded. I just think Diggs wasn't getting along with the team, with a lot of team members. He didn't like what the direction they're going in. They were breaking. They were having problems. So you know. Stuff happens, and he makes a decision to move. Now, will he do for C.J. Stroud what he's done for Josh Allen? Will he do that? I think he will. I think he'll grab that young kid under his wings and say, "Come, let's go. Let's win some games." So that's going to be fun to see. I can't wait to see what happens. Does the Dolphins beat up on them this year? That'll be tough to see. You see Diggs against Jalen Ramsey. You know what? Jalen Ramsey will be right there waiting on you. Baseball has had its first 7 games or so. First week of baseball has been under the bucket. It's done, all completed. San Diego looking to trade for Ariza Alazaro from the Marlins. Now you see, Naughty yesterday spoke about how the Marlins got no pitcher. Why they want to trade the one decent pitcher they got, or one of 2 decent pitchers they got? Don't make no sense to me. Actually, both pitchers. Sorry, I don't know. One or the other maybe. I don't know. That's. Soto targeting a record contract for Juan Soto this offseason. He could be a Dodger. They're talking about $500 million. That's a possibility. You imagine him in right field, Ohtani in left, Outman and Outland in center. Ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. And then you get Tarasco maybe sign to come back. That's real nice. That'll be great. Ohtani hit his first home run yesterday. I couldn't stop. See, this what I don't like. The Mets owner reflects on building through free agency. Cohen, money doesn't buy wins. Because you don't buy the right players. That's your problem. He tried to become the Dodgers. He's emulating what the Dodgers did, and he can do all this. But he just didn't. He got unlucky breaks. And he brought some pitchers in that he didn't have the pitching staff to teach them, what the pitching coaches to teach them what to do. And that's one thing the Dodgers do. They'll take a 35-year-old pitcher. I got a reclamation project, and bring him in and find out where his strengths are. Eliminate some pitches, bring in a new pitch, and next thing you got a new pitcher, a brand new pitcher who tearing up the base, tearing up the league. So we'll see. The Yankees and the Dodgers made a trade. The New York sent left-hand pitcher Nick Ramirez to the Dodgers for cash consideration. Now, I don't know if Ramirez on the roster just yet. I don't know. They may send him down the road to get his act together or do whatever, and then bring him up later. Trading for cash considerations is interesting, but we'll see. We'll see. He's been in the league a few years, so I'm not saying, but the Dodgers will do that. They may see something in him, something that he's got, something that he can do that others don't see, and next thing you look, this guy will be an ace. And I get to start with my Dodgers because it's just my show today, so we're just going to do that. That's fine with y'all. I looked at my starting pitching, all right? Glasnow pitched the gem last night. Then we got Yamamoto pitching. You got Bobby Miller. We got Paxton, all right, and then we went to the bullpen session. But we have some pitchers that ain't come back yet. Kershaw, which will probably be back right after the All-Star break. Walker Buehler will probably be back after the All-Star break and maybe sooner because he's been revving up his rehab. Then you got Dustin May who's coming back, okay, and then Tony Gosselin. And the bazooka, Gatterall, is not back yet. So he should hopefully be back later in the season. So you got about 4 quality pitchers, 3 starters. The Dodgers it's a great thing to have. It's a really good problem to have. The starting 6, because what the Dodgers will be able to do is go a 6-man rotation, which will give Yamamoto, who's not used to pitching more than once a week in the Japanese league, so he has to build up that strength. Give Paxton an extra day rest, who's been known to be more successful after an additional day's rest. So you imagine having a 6 starter there, Walker Buehler slipping there, Kershaw slipping as the starter. Then you got Kershaw or Buehler or May coming out of the bullpen. And then, this could be good. This could be good. And I know my friends like Nardi and Jeff, those Yankee fans and others, and my son who's a Brave fan can give me hell for this. But this could be good. And I'm really excited about it. Baseball is going to be fun to watch this year. Hopefully, I'll be in New York in June for the Yankees game and then back to Miami in September for the Dodgers Marlins game. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Nardi and I talking about it. So baseball should be fun, and we're moving right into an NBA playoffs right now. I know that this week could beat with 3 sticks and 4 rocks. But let's take this call. Let's see what this caller is. Caller, you on the air? Are you there, caller?
Bird.
Hey.
I just need to stop you on your Dodgers rant, man. You're always making the playoffs with these good things and he ain't showing up in the count. These last 2 seasons, he ain't teach you enough. Y'all just look the best on paper and y'all in season team and can't get the job done.
We can get it done this year. I guarantee that.
I have to stop you around you here with this pitcher. Kershaw, this and that. Listen, I need you to take it easy, man. I don't want you to get caught up with this Dodgers thing and it cost you any more great. You got that.
I think at the end of the day, but see, the difference is this year the Dodgers have in the dugout in the clubhouse, World Series or bust. Dave Roberts know if he loses when he fired.
So you think because Ohtani is there, I was the missing piece?
No, Ohtani is one of the pieces. Yamamoto is another piece. Glasnow is another piece. Paxton is another piece. Bringing Hernandez in is another.
If you say you have this whole team, why you want Soto come there for $500 million?
I greedy. I greedy like that.
Easy boy, I tell you can't please you, boy. You can't please you, boy.
No,
Hernandez. Championship or bust.
I'm saying that. Yeah, listen, if you don't win the World Series this year, I vex, I puff up, I ain't gonna be mad.
No, but you just team after that.
No. I'm a Dodger.
Don't be no more Dodger.
No. I'm the only human in life. If you cut me now, I bleed Dodger blue.
You bleed Dodger. You ain't reading there.
No, I bleed Dodger blue. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
I was waiting on somebody to get on my case with my Dodgers, but listen, I will become that guy this year. I'm promising y'all, I will become that guy. I'm going to big up my team. I'm going to praise up my team as much as I possibly can because I'm just a Dodger fan. And like I say, cut me now and bleed Dodger blue. I even saw a little, there's a rain delay in the game against Giants a couple of nights, or the Cardinals a couple of nights ago. And they, when they have a rain where they do some fillers. And they did a filler where Tommy Lasorda, the fella hit a shot down the third base, but his bat slipped on his hand, and his bat came in Lasorda. Lasorda at the time was the third base coach. fell down, flipped over his back. I remember I actually watched that game. It was one of the funniest things to see. Lasorda went on to be the Dodgers manager, and the rest is history. Collie on there, how you doing?
Paulie, what's up, boy? You having a Dodger moment?
Oh yeah, St. Petersburg. I having a Dodger moment. How you doing, my brother?
When the Prince Charles, boy, man, I'm just chilling, man. Let's chill. Actually, but let me call it. Cause boy, you having a Dodger? You having a? It's all about the Prince Charles, though. It could be Yankees and Dodgers this year.
Listen, that would be great for baseball. That would be great for baseball, and I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, man. I say, boy. But it's hey.
What's up?
You love your Dodgers. You're supposed to rep for them.
You know I was a little boy, and we moved to our house on Infantry Road in Chippenham. But at that time, you had antennas. So we couldn't bring our antenna for about a few weeks later. The guy had to come bring the pole, put the antenna up, all that stuff. Yeah. So I used to have to go across the street, 2 doors down, across the street to my grandmother's house. And my uncle was there. My uncle was a huge San Francisco Giant fan. No, he was a huge Dodger fan. His friend Maceo Coakley Jr., the late, God rest his soul, was a huge Giant fan. So they used to be sitting on the porch rowing. You know I got to side with my uncle. And that's when Steve Garvey, Ron Say, Billy Russell, Davey Lopes, those were all young players in the league. I just fell in love with the team, and from then to now, I follow them, religiously.
Man, look, I've been the Dodgers from Ben Thurman, Monson, them, Lou Piniella, Reggie John. I'm old school.
No, Reggie broke my heart. Reggie broke my heart in 1977. I will never forget that.
Yeah. Okay,
three home runs in one game. I'll never forget that. Reggie broke my heart.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? All right, man, take it light, enjoying this nice weather on the road home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my brother, I know how it is.
That bridge, I'm crossing that bridge, I'm just taking it smooth.
So you ready over the bridge?
Yeah, man, it's nice and smooth. I don't know, I guess everybody hitting up the bars now or something, because there ain't no traffic on the road.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah, it's smooth as hell, man. I said, damn, I'm crossing the bridge up. No non-stop, man. Make it 60 miles an hour.
What? All right. Yeah. Well, listen, it might be different tomorrow. How's the weather?
Well, it's very nice. It was raining all day yesterday and last night, but, we get it nice. It's a little chilly over here, man. Temperature right now, it's 73 right now, but it's supposed to get down to 60s tonight.
Oh, no.
I thought the winter was over, man. You woke up and said, what the hell's going on here?
It get a little cool up there. But you said it ain't about it. It's 79. It's 79 today, and we probably won't go as low to about 70 tonight, sometime tonight, maybe 69.
Yeah. This morning when I woke up, it was 64.
Oh boy! But we expect a cold front. That we must be getting that cold front because tomorrow supposed to be a low of 62. So you must be sending that cold front over here. I can keep that over there, man.
Hey, look here. I'm over here, man. I was stationed overseas in the cold. Hey, look at me just a minute. I don't get anytime we get under 60, it's cold to me.
You
know what I'm saying? I'm saying,
stay in Florida.
You a big man. Look here. Hey, I don't need no cold, boy. I tell them people when you come from Wisconsin and Chicago, leave that right at the border. When you cross over to Florida, leave that cold right at the border. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring that.
You better stay in Florida. Take care, St. Petersburg. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right.
Have a good night, man. Be safe. All right. Hey, so let's run down the MLB scores. Right now, Pittsburgh is leading the Nationals 4-0 in the top of the second. The Cleveland Guardians are leading the Minnesota Twins 3-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Our Miami Marlins are leading the St. Louis Cardinals 4-2 in the bottom of the fifth. Let's see what Jazz has done so far. Let's see. Jazz has gone 2 for 3 with a K. The 2 hits and 3 at bats with a K. So that's cool. Jazz looking good. Keep hitting, putting the lumber on the ball. The Detroit Tigers are leading the New York Mets 1-0 in the top of the sixth. Then we get Chicago White Sox and the Royals tonight. A final already in. The Detroit Tigers beat the Mets 6-3 in 11 innings. Let's get to the picks. NBA. We can do NBA, and there's the NIT Championship, so we'll throw that in just for good measure tonight. The first game at 7:30 is the 76ers at the Miami Heat. The Heat are 2.5-point favorites at home. Embiid is a game time decision, so based on the field, Maxey's a game time decision. Butler also a game time decision. Hero was actually out, but a foot injury. I don't. If Embiid plays, you know what? I'm going to take the Heat tonight on the money line. I'll take the Heat tonight on the money line. The New York Knicks are 3.5-point favorites over the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to take the Knicks under points. I think I'm going to hold on to the Knicks under points. We've got the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Dallas are 11.5-point favorites. Dallas really playing good ball. I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks, but I don't trust this spread. I will take Dallas on the money line. I don't trust the spread. The Golden State Warriors are at the Houston Rockets. Golden State 3.5. They battling for that last playoff spot or the last play-in spot. Golden State, you know what? Steph can get off tonight. And I can take Golden State and the points tonight. And I think with that win, Golden State would have clinched the last playoff or play-in spot. We'll see what happens there. And then the next thing is the Denver Nuggets are at the Clippers. Denver's a 4.5-point favorite. Denver tied with the Timberwolves for the best record in the West. I'm going to take the Nuggets, and I'm going to take them on the points tonight. I think the Nuggets will put it off. I think the Joker can get off tonight. And then the NCAA basketball NIT Tournament Championship game is tonight. Larry Bird's Indiana State is number one. They're both number one ranked in this. So Indiana State are 3.5-point favorites over Seton Hall. Indiana's looked really, really, really good throughout this playoff. I think Indiana State is going to bring the NIT championship home to Indiana. I'm going with Indiana tonight. There you got it. You got your picks. What do you say? Bet 'em, set 'em? That's what Naughty say. Naughty say, bet 'em, set 'em? We're going to go now, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fun talking to you today. I had a really good time, a fantastic 1 hour talking about crime, talking about the anti-gang bill that was tabled. Wonderful input, wonderful cause. Thank you so much, everybody who called in. They made it a lot easier. Thank you for all the texts. Thank you for that double call around me, but my Dodgers. Love you, Nari. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everybody, for the calls. This has been a great time. I'll see you tomorrow with Naughty at 5 o'clock, and then I'll be back next week, Thursday. This has been Pearly Talking Heads Thursday on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're going to take a break, and when we come back from the break, Colin Cowherd is going to talk a little bit about the upcoming NFL draft and how some of the players are moving up and down the rankings and that. It should be interesting. Tune in. Take care. Naughty will be in tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Have a good evening. Please be safe.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
The excitement, the fierce competition, the entertainment. On May 4th and 5th, our Bahamian athletes will compete with hundreds of the best from around the world to secure their spot in the Paris Olympics.
Gardner takes the title.
Come witness history as our athletes chase the sun from paradise to Paris at the 2024 World Athletic Relays. May 4th and 5th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Get your tickets now at worldrelaysbahamas24.org or at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium box office.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Daniel Jeremiah, DJ now joining us live. So I'm looking at mock drafts and prospect rankings. So, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, a buddy of mine who scouted for the Eagles, John Middlecoff, and I said, give me one guy that can't bust. And he said, well, Brock Bowers dominated in Napa, then went to the SEC and was dominant as a rookie. He's like, I can't see Brock Bowers dominating or failing. But what's interesting about that is you probably can't either, but tight ends and safeties don't get paid in this league. And if you draft him high, you're paying him. So I think years and years ago, a scout told me, a GM told me, Patrick Willis was the cleanest, best player in the draft. He went 11. He goes, but he's linebacker. And the linebackers aren't going to go top 4 or 5. So when I watch this year, I'm like, okay, Brock Bowers, that can't miss. But do you think he goes high? The Chargers need a tight end. The Jets need a tight end. The Giants need a tight end. What do you make with that position and that kid? Because I watched him eat up the SEC as a freshman.
Yeah, look, he's a great player. He's going to be one of those guys where I'm going to have him higher grade-wise than where he's going to go. And you hit on some of it there, Colin, in that if I'm picking up there in the top 10, I want to not only bring in a good player, but I want to maximize the dollars that I have on my salary cap here. So if the receiver market and those guys are fetching, upwards north of $20 million a year for those top receivers, getting up towards $30 million a year, and I take one there in the top 10 and I'm spending $7-8 million on that. That is a huge amount of savings that I'm not only drafting that receiver, I'm freeing up all that other money to go fill other spots on my roster. Whereas the top end tight end market, you're nowhere near that. So you're not getting that same value, that same savings. And then you add to that every year, we see guys like Sam Laporta who goes in the second round and was awesome last year. Obviously, Kelsey's a great example. He was not a first round pick. Kittle was a fifth round pick. You can find good players outside of the premium picks in the draft at that position. And then the Kyle Pitts thing. Kyle Pitts is as high a grade as I've ever given a tight end, but it's a situation-dependent position where they don't have much quarterback play there, and we haven't seen Kyle Pitts do anything that we thought he would do.
Yeah. Quarterbacks, you have Caleb 1, you have Drake May 2, and here's my concern. Unless you have remarkable physical traits, Josh Allen, Stafford and Mahomes may be the best arm talents I've ever seen. Lamar Jackson, people just don't move like that at quarterback. If you have that, you can be a little rough around the edges. I'll roll the dice and try to refine you. But Drake May's big. He's 6'4", 220, but it's not remarkably big. And what concerns me is if you're not otherworldly unique, if you don't have then I want production and consistency. I don't know what I get. Even in his pro day, aren't you a little worried that stuff that should be automatic for him a lot of times isn't?
Well, I would say, first of all, let's start with the pro day. He threw the ball a lot more than anybody else did at the pro day. I think it was almost close to 80 throws, the majority of which were really good. He had a couple that got away from him. I'm not going to overreact on that side of it. I would say the other side of that argument, when you talk about, Josh Allen, okay, he's a really good athlete. He's not as good an athlete as Josh Allen. He has a really strong arm. It's not as strong as Josh Allen. I'll put Josh Allen to the side, and I'll give you one with Jordan Love there, Colin. Jordan Love, the year before his final year in college, we were talking about him like he's a top 5 pick. Then the supporting cast disappears. His production goes way down. It didn't change the ability that he had. The surroundings changed. And obviously he had the luxury of sitting and waiting for his opportunity there in Green Bay. But I think, from a skill set standpoint, coming out of college, I would have Drake May as a more talented player than Jordan Love. And we've seen Jordan Love land in the right position. I think Jordan Love's going to be a really good player for a long time.
Yeah. So your mock draft, you do have Minnesota moving up for J.J. McCarthy. If you think it's going to work, do you think it's going to work? Because as I've said earlier on the show, it's a furnished apartment. They have everything. Just put some waters and Diet Cokes in the fridge. Left tackle, receiver. They're ready. That's a move-in turnkey property. Or do you think it's going to work because JJ's otherworldly? Because I watched Michigan a lot the last couple years, and I thought he was good. I never thought he was a top 5 player. What do you make if Minnesota makes that move? Is your take on McCarthy? He's great, or it'll just work at Michigan and Minnesota because it's set up to work?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's my 20th player. So when you look at the other 3 guys, I have the other 3 in the top 6 in terms of how I graded them, and he's the 20th. So there's a separation gap there in terms of the talent. And, we've always used the analogy, Bucky and I, we always talk about, are you a truck or are you a trailer? There's very few trucks that can pull the team behind them and make everyone better. Most of these guys are trailers. They're going to be dependent on their situation, and then they can be a part of the winning. They're not going to be the reason why you're winning. And I think when you have the setup they have in Minnesota, it's the most quarterback friendly destination that I can remember for a young quarterback to potentially walk into, to the point where, look, I'm still not giving up on Sam Darnold. I'm excited to see what he looks like, with all that support and setup they have there in Minnesota. But with JJ, he's got all the ingredients, Colin. He just doesn't have the same sample size, and the offense didn't run through him like it ran through these other top quarterbacks. So, the analogy, and you're the king of analogies. Grade this one. Give me an A to F on this one. I've said that JJ has the same ingredients, but while these other quarterbacks have baked a wedding cake, he's put a cupcake out there. We just haven't had a chance to see quite the same sample size. Can you give me a grade on that one?
Let's let it bake. I'll give you a B, maybe a B plus.
Okay, I'll take it.
Finally,
I'll take it.
Is there?
C's get degrees, Colin.
Yes. Two questions left. Number one, is there a player that you could see dropping either fit, need, or questions? Maybe it's Penix, but are we going to have an Aaron Rodgers situation here where you're like, that player's I think better than that? Is there any player you think could drop? You're hearing things.
Well, I mean, I think Penix is the wild card there, where the Raiders make sense when you look at where they are. I make the case if he walked into the Raiders building tomorrow and they went out and threw on the field with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, it would not be close in terms of the talent gap there. So that one makes sense. But if it's not the Raiders, I just don't know exactly where to fit him in. I don't think he's in the Broncos' plans. That's not what I've heard. That's not what the expectation is around the league. It doesn't sound like that's a Vikings move if they stay there. So if he gets beyond the Raiders, now you start getting into, okay, maybe this guy goes in the second round. Maybe he doesn't go in the first round. So I think there's more of a range with him. Bo Nix is somewhat similar in that nobody knows exactly where to peg him. Denver gets mentioned a little bit with him, but he's another one who's flip a coin. Is he going to go in 1 or is he going to go in 2?
So this is a really good receiver class. I'm a Marvin Harrison fan. His dad was, if not peculiar, different. He was different. I mean, I've heard stories where he would do practice, not shower, and just go. He didn't hang around with teammates. So sometimes son, dad, a lot of similarities personality-wise. I think he's remarkable. I put him in the Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson. I just think he is ready to be great. I always felt with Jamar Chase, I was watching a pro football player. He just played on Saturdays. Would you pass on Harrison if he was available? I mean, do you have him as the number 1 receiver?
Yeah, he's my number 2 player. Him and Caleb are similar to me in that I think that they've been around for so long and they've been on the scene for so long. It happens all the time. They get nitpicked, and you find out everybody's trying to find what's wrong with them. And with Marvin, it's, he's not going through the process like everybody else has. Well, go look at the GPS numbers as the teams have. This dude has got plenty of speed. If that's all you're going to do in the spring is train for a 40, just go look at his in-game speed numbers. They're outstanding. And then we've seen all the production. I just think you get to the point where you overthink this thing. These names have been around for a long time. For me, it's been Caleb 1, it's been Marvin Harrison 2, and it's been that way from start to finish.
It's an offensive league. Andy Reid has rebuilt his O-line twice and his receiving core once or twice, and yet ends up in Super Bowls every time. Some of it's obviously Mahomes, but I do trust a McVay or an Andy Reid to rebuild offensive parts. Kyle Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell more than a defensive coach. Now, the Bills that struggled to rebuild their O-line for years in run game, they don't have any receivers. Stephon Diggs to Houston. Great obviously for Houston. It's perfect. Rookie quarterback contract. Do you worry that Buffalo, as Herbert will be healthy, Trevor Lawrence is back, Burrow is back, Aaron Rodgers is back, they don't have a 1 or a 2 receiver? Are you concerned at all, Stephon Diggs out in Buffalo?